Hello and welcome to the second episode of the RaceRoom Grid Talk. My name is Kevin and with me is the head of KW Studios, JF. Great to have you here.
Great to be back after a little time. Last time was August. I was here for the first episode, leading to the September update. And now it feels like not so long ago. Already back, so that's really nice.
It's time for some great topics which are coming up. We will just take a look at what is our plan for today. We have the general update on RaceRoom. We will take a look how well the last update was received, what happened since then. We will also take a look at some future developments. We will dive shortly into what's coming for Black Friday, which is up very soon. Of course, a really cool content update coming up, some new tracks, and the Super Touring car pack. Very nostalgic for some of us. Of course, the 90s are calling again after the DTM Classics update was so well received. So really cool to have some more content from that era. And last but not least, the Low Fuel Motorsport. Boris Schalk, CEO of Low Fuel Motorsport, is with us today, and we will ask him some questions, and there's a really cool collaboration coming up, so we will talk with him, and I'm looking forward to that. Wow, what an amazing reception we had after the last update. It was a really big update, and the comment sections on the forums and on YouTube were full of positive comments. How did it feel for you after you put all this effort into the new
the internal communication channels inside the team were always, sharing, oh, look at this video, look at the comments here. Everything was positive, and that was something that fuels you to put more energy into the future updates. So definitely positive, and a smile on everybody's face after seeing the September success of that update.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for all the comments you put in. It really fuels the team to keep the momentum and to keep improving all sides, all aspects of RaceRoom. And our team also put together a short video with some of the really cool reactions to the new update. Yeah, thank you guys for all these comments. We really appreciate them. I think the team reads almost every one of them.
Absolutely, yes. And when somebody misses it, someone else will make sure that screenshots it and sure.
Yeah, that's cool. I think this relation between the community and the team is so important to keep it close. So you guys really know you guys are heard. So whenever you have anything to share with the team, keep it up, keep the communication up. We're really
It makes
open.
A difference.
Yeah, it really makes a difference. And also I think it also made a really cool impact also on the user base, the last update.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, usually when you release content, or in the history of RaceRoom, when we release content, you see a peak in interest at the date of the release, and then you see the numbers go back to where they were. For this September update, we improved the game majorly, if that's even a word, but we made a significant step forward for the game. And you can see that in the new sustained level of interest for the game itself in the player statistics. Here we have a graph of the unique users every day starting the game, and you can see that after the update in September, the average level remained higher, much higher than before. So it is a step definitely in the right direction, and one step that we want to keep. We need to keep working and taking those steps to grow the game, to grow the community, and to make a better product.
Yeah. It's very important. Like it's from both sides, from the player base and from your team, putting new changes and new improvements into the game, and then always it's like an upwards spiral.
Exactly. That's how you grow the product. For sure.
And of course to thank all of you for for the great reception and Black Friday coming up. I think you guys came up with some really cool ideas for Black Friday.
Yeah, I mean, this time we are going to set the game completely free access for the entire duration of the sale, and so that everybody can try out RaceRoom, try every, even obscure cars, obscure track layouts we might have that people have always been curious about, but never quite wanted to make the purchase. It would be free for all game modes, no restrictions, and for the entire duration, you will have 50% sales on up to 50% sale on all the content.
On the content, yeah. So you heard it here first. The chance to try out RaceRoom is now during Black Friday, and to get some new content, some new tracks, some new cars.
And it starts today.
It starts today.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So you guys heard it here first. Get your new RaceRoom content, and of course enjoy all the content you haven't tried out yet. Talking about new content, JF, I'm very excited for what's coming up now. It's the Super Touring Car Pack, and we have a brand new trailer for the Super Touring Car Pack. Set for release on December 10th, coming up very, very soon. And I've got goosebumps for such a nostalgic era. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more what went into the process of exactly finding this era, and what's the connection to KW?
Well, connection to KW is the Honda Accord, because in the history of KW Automotive, this was the first time that KW sponsored, was present on the car as an official sponsor. And it was the car of Stingel, if I pronounce it right, in the STW championship back in 1997, I think. So we are remaining in the 90s now, in the touring cars area after the DTM 95. Now we go STW and that era of super touring cars. So this pack will contain not only this Honda Accord that you see, but also the Audi A4 that we've been working on, and you can see here, really nice, with also KW sponsoring on the number plate there. And this car obviously is a four-wheel driven. It's going to be a bit different from the rest of the pack, which is going to be very interesting, just like it's been in DTM 95 with the Mercedes, that was different from the Audi and Opel from that point of view. So it's going to make for interesting racing for sure. And then alongside the Honda and the Audi, we will have two Volvo models, the S40, which is quite legendary for us as developers, because we had been making the Volvo the game back in the days as Simbin, and it's a Swedish car, so obviously we are behind it. The S40 and the 850. Now the 850 is not going to be the brake or station wagon version, at least not at first. Maybe we add it later.
Very iconic also, yeah.
Very iconic, yes. because the reason we are not going for the station wagon version immediately is because I think it would destroy the others as it did in the in real life. So it would be hard to balance the car, but maybe we add it later. So those two Volvos and the last car we are adding. Do we have a video for that one? Yes, the BMW E36. Here sponsoring GoldenEye game back in the days, which also a very iconic livery. So very exciting cars, and a bit like the DTM 95 release, it will also come with a historic version of a track, and that would be Silverstone, which, as you know, has received a big update that transformed after the 90s, transformed the track for Formula One and all of that. So we are going to be releasing Silverstone as a separate track in the store called Silverstone Classic, and it will be the pre-2000 version. So that's going to be very exciting for the fans of the track.
Yeah, like you said, the cars have very different characteristics, and then it's perfect to experience them on the historic tracks. And they are made for such good fighting. I think wheel-to-wheel battles will be guaranteed with the Super Touring Car Pack. So very much for you guys to look forward to, coming on December 10th into the RaceRoom store. And one track you didn't mention that's coming up, Estoril, also really cool.
Yes, also coming up. It's not so much a historic version, but it's a new release within RaceRoom, and definitely a track that you can drive with any sort of car. Formula One has been there, touring cars, so it's a perfect track for any kind of car.
And it's quite a challenging track in real life. The track layout is not so easy, so you really have to dive deep into your driving skills to master Estoril.
And deep into the tires, because the last turn is very demanding on the front left on the front left tire. Yes, for sure. And so that will be the new content that we release on December 10th. And the update will also contain something we touched on in the first episode of the Grid Talk, which is Monza. I believe you asked me in the first episode, we will see the new Monza Turn 1. And yes, now in December 10th, we will make a free update of Monza, and you will have the extension. It makes the turns a bit wider, but essentially the race line remains the same. It just has room for more cars.
Yeah.
So
quite fast, huh? We touched it last time, like you said, and then already with the update on our second episode.
It goes quickly.
Keep it going on that pace. I think the people love it like that.
Keep the positive comments, and the whole team is motivated to go quicker.
And we touched on Estoril. I know from real life that the development of the track there, there are a lot of the rubber makes a big difference on any track, but Estoril is a little bit special because of the tarmac. And you guys on your future developments are going more deep into how a track evolves and how it changes if you go off. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's a dynamic track. I think it's called usually in sim racing. Is something we are playing with at the moment, and we have a first iteration of that, and basically what you see here on the video is that the gravels that you have been picking up in your car will come. You will bring them back onto the tarmac, affecting the race line potentially for the others. So here you can see a Silverstone chicane where the AI is obviously eating a bit of the grass, and you can see the new tire marks also in the grass, and a bit of dirt here left on the tarmac. So as you drive it will affect your car as well. So if you drive on the gravel of the car in front of you, you will get dirt on your tires and lose a bit of grip for a few turns.
This makes for a much more immersive experience when you're driving.
Definitely.
I know it from real life when you drive over gravel or gravel that somebody left, you can also hear it in your wheelhousing.
It would be the same
quite
in
loud,
the game. Yeah. It would be the same in the game.
That's cool.
But so it's a first iteration. We want to bring that a bit further and have more features that make the track more live during a race. So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, cool. So I'm very looking forward to what you guys have, maybe more of ideas towards that. But of course, you guys can always reach out to the team in the comment sections and let them know what you guys would be more interested in. But of course, that's not all that you guys are bringing up as new content and new development. There will be a ranked system as well coming up.
Yes, this is not for December 10th now. We're talking a bit further into the future. It's no secret for the hardcore community that we have been working on improving the ranked system in RaceRoom. The ranked system as it is today is not what we want, where we want it to be. We want it to be a lot further with signups and with registration and with grid and splits creation. But we got posed by back-end requirements to have all of this. And for those who follow us, we have been, they know that we have been providing solutions to this through Discord. We have run a ranked championship through a Discord bot that was handling registration, grid creation, and would DM you the password to the server. That went really well, but the problem with that is that it is still outside of the game. What we want is remaining inside the game environment. We don't want to require from the player that he tabs into Discord, has to link his Discord account to his Steam account and do all sorts of hoops. It needs to be very much seamless. You click multiplayer, you register to a race, and then off you go. And we don't want you to have to tab or find your way into something. Yeah. So right now we have in beta the first iteration of the in-game implementation of signups. So this is something that we are testing and will probably come early into the next year.
And I believe you also have some mock-ups of the new interface, a very early stage.
Yes.
A few ideas how the look and feel will be of the future RaceRoom iterations.
Yes, I think we can show some of the mock-ups, and as you mentioned, it's the way we want the menu to ultimately look, but don't think that it's going to be 100% exactly that. It's just that the
first idea.
Yes, it's a design document. This is how we want things to
the direction.
Look like. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And it's also time for that. I think RaceRoom did a great job back in the day, and also very easy, understandable interface. But of course, nowadays you have much more chances to do it really cool looking, very sleek, very modern. So I think it's a good timing to bring something new.
Actually, you have noticed that RaceRoom CI has changed a little bit, and this is the sign of change that is to come, not only to the social media channels, but also the core game, the core product. And everything new that we will bring inside the game will follow this new, CI or new colors. So the new menu, like you see in the mockup, will be looking very much red, black, and have this new style, this new look.
Cool. So exciting times coming up. You guys using the momentum from the last updates, really keeping the pace strong and coming up with new updates fast. Thank you very much, Boris, for taking the time to talk with us in the RaceRoom Grid Talk podcast. You're the CEO of Low Fuel Motorsports. Maybe you can explain to the boys and girls that haven't heard of you yet, which are not many, about where you guys are coming from and what you guys are doing.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. What is Low Fuel Motorsport? It's a community platform with matchmaking for a ranked multiplayer platform, basically. We started back in 2020, and I developed the platform at this time because I was missing some kind of exactly the system in ACC back in the days. And yeah, so I was developing it, and it really took off pretty fast. Yeah, 1 year later, we had a lot of influencers and other guys coming in and doing also videos about the platform, and then it took really off with the registrations. And we had, in 1 year, we had around 10,000 people. And yeah, now 4 years later, we are at 200,000 registered users.
That's impressive.
And yeah, daily racing, a lot of people. At the evenings, we have around 1,000 at the same time racing. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy.
That's a great growth.
Yeah,
I think that's
absolutely.
I think also your team probably grew a lot in the background and your team. So now you have how many guys working in the...
Yeah, we are around 30 people working on the platform. And on top, we have around 50 stewards that doing all the post-race stewarding stuff. Yeah, so a lot of engagement even from the people, and of course they are even not paid, so it's all community. So it's crazy that this is working like it's working.
Yeah, it's almost a FIA level from the amount of stewards working in the background. Very, very cool. And of course the big advantage for people trying out low fuel motorsports and the ranked gaming is they are being matched on a similar level, and you probably have a lot of fair races because of the safety rating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you get matched to people that are similar your pace because of the rating we are giving out. So if you win races, your rating is going up. If you are at the back of the field, your rating is going down. And after some time, you are on your level from your rating, and you can register 24 hours a day for a race, and you will find people that are around your pace, and you will have a close race with them. So yeah, that's I would say the biggest thing.
Cool, yeah, that's a perfect match to RaceRoom. RaceRoom also grew a lot in the past, and now I think it's a very great opportunity to collaborate on different levels and with different ideas. Maybe you can go more into detail of what you guys have planned for 2025.
Yeah, so that's the big news. So 2025, we are planning to add RaceRoom to the platform. So we will have a collaboration together. And yeah, this will be a pretty interesting thing.
And maybe you can go more into detail, because everyone will be on their toes expecting what we can do next year, starting with low fuel motorsport. Yeah,
so basically we will do that what we did with all the other sims we have on the service too. So we added, and we'll do some daily racing stuff, some series, and also maybe some esport related stuff, because we are not only the daily racing platform, we are also doing esport events on the side. And yeah, this will also be a big thing there.
Yeah, and JF also told me that they are planning for RaceRoom to integrate your servers also on the RaceRoom platform. So it's on different levels, a cool way to cooperate.
Exactly, yeah. So not only we do something, also we come into the game. It's planned for next year. So yeah, I am pretty looking forward to this, because this is the first time we are on that level of collaboration with a dev studio.
Cool, yeah, thank you very much, Boris, for your time. It was a pleasure. I think there's a lot coming up from RaceRoom and Low Fuel Motorsport for next year. If you guys have some ideas, wishes, always make sure to let us know in the comments, as always. And I think you're also very close to your community, so they will let you know anyway.
Of course, yeah, they will.
Let's wrap this episode up, JF. A lot of new content coming up, the Super Touring Car Pack, new tracks, track updates coming in. Black Friday, of course, right around the corner. Your best chance in the year to try out all the RaceRoom content, new content that's coming up, and of course to get a cool discount of up to 50%.
Up to 50%, and I think the biggest thing is that the entire game is free for the entire duration of the sale, which is the best occasion or opportunity to test RaceRoom if you haven't already.
Yeah, and you guys are also using the momentum from the last update and now the future updates to bring also new changes, new developments. Maybe you can give us an insight of you guys are.
We mentioned today. We mentioned the track, the dynamic track experiments that we are doing. It's not the only thing. Obviously, we also following the graphic updates from September. We keep on working on the engine, and the next step for us is going to be a DirectX 12 upgrade. That's not around the corner. It's a long process, long development, but definitely we are not stopping there. We know what we want to bring to the game. We know that we want to improve certain features or bring certain features like driver swap in multiplayer, night racing. All of that is currently limited by the engine, but hopefully 25 will be a good year also for from that point of view.
Yeah, that sounds very, very promising. And of course, winter time also means DTM esports time. What have you guys planned this year for DTM
Yes,
esports?
well, DTM esports is definitely coming back this winter, using obviously the latest pack we just released with the Lamborghini, with the McLaren Evo. The difference this season is going to be that it's a much longer season with many many rounds, and it will also feature activities and a lot of things for the community. If you're not like a top level esport racer, we will involve the community a lot more, so there will be activities to do for everybody. That's going to be very interesting.
Cool. Yeah, very excited to see what you guys have in mind. Stay tuned for our very next episode on December 12th. We will go more into detail there on the DTM Esports Championship. And of course, you can always let us and the team from KW Studios know what you guys are wishing for the next RaceRoom updates, how you guys like the new content and the current updates. Just let us know in the comment section here or via the hashtag RaceRoom on all social media channels. Thank you very much, JF.
Thank you, Kevin.
Looking forward to see you again and see you on December 12th.
See you guys. Bye.